Before the light hit the stage, before the mothership touched down, before Parliament Funkadelic became a global funk phenomenon, there was one man whose voice, guitar, and spirit helped held the entire universe together. He stepped onto stage wearing nothing but a diaper and a guitar and walked off as a legend. But what he brought to music was pure, unfiltered soul, a preacher's fire, a bluesman's pain, and a funk warrior's fearlessness. This man wasn't just a performer, he was the emotional backbone of P-Funk, the mind behind some of their most iconic songs, and the heart that kept the groove alive through every chaotic era. To many, he was the wild man in P-Funk's cosmic circus, but to those who truly knew his work, he was a prophet of the groove, a spiritual soul singer and a songwriter with deep emotional power, and one of the most important architects of Parliament Funkadelic sound. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Garry Shider. Now, if you guys love my videos and love supporting me, then I suggest you become a member of the channel where I will be releasing exclusive videos just for you all. Be sure to get that family tier so you won't miss out on these exclusive perks. If you guys would love to connect with me outside of YouTube, then I am officially announcing that I am on Discord. Here, you can provide me with feedback on my recent uploads. You could drop your suggestions for future videos, or if you just want to chat it up about videos or about music in general, or just about anything, we could do it here. We could do it together. I hope to see you there. The link is in the description below. Now, before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more content. Now, without further ado, let's cue that intro. Garry Marshall Shider was born on July 24th, 1953 in Plainfield, New Jersey. Ground zero for what would later become the nerve center of the P-Funk revolution. Music filled his home. Church choirs, street corner harmonies, soul, gospel, doo-wop, and early funk. But what set Garry apart was his voice that was strong, emotional, and drenched in feeling. Garry and his brothers began playing and singing alongside numerous gospel performers of the time, including Shirley Caesar and the Mighty Clouds of Joy, among others. Garry was also a regular client at George Clinton's barbershop, with future members of Parliament sang doo-wop for customers. Clinton praised Garry's guitar skills and gospel singing ability. Shider and his friend Cordell Boogie Mawson left Plainfield at the age of 16 to escape the violence and the dead-end prospects. Shider married and had a son in Canada. Garry and Mawson established a funk rock band that was known as United Soul, or US for short. At this time, George Clinton was residing in Toronto, and he heard about United Soul. When he learned that Garry was a member and remembered him back from their hometown, he took the band under his wing. In 1971, Clinton produced several tracks by the group, with input from members of Funkadelic. Westbound Records published the tracks I Miss My Baby, and My Baby I Owe You Something Good as a one-time single in 1971. Westbound published the album US Music with Funkadelic in 2009, which featured all of the tracks that was recorded with Clinton in 1971. After producing United Soul, Clinton invited Garry and Mawson to join Parliament Funkadelic. When Garry officially joined Parliament Funkadelic, He didn't just join as a guitarist, not as just a vocalist, but as a full creative force. He brought with him fellow Plainfield musicians from United Soul, and the synergy was instant. Garry's first major contribution will become one of the Funkadelic's most celebrated and emotional songs, Cosmic Slop. This wasn't just a funk record, it was a story. A heartbreaking tale into a mother forced into desperate decisions to take care of her children. Garry's soaring vocals gave this song its spiritual weight. His guitar gave it its edge, and his performance gave it its soul. Cosmic Slop was the first sign that Garry wasn't just another member of the band. He was a storyteller, a truth teller, a voice capable of lifting funk into the realm of the scarce. P-Funk was never just about music. It was about mythology, costumes, characters, and world building. One day, as the story goes, George Clinton jokingly suggests that Garry should wear a diaper on stage. Most musicians would have laughed it off, but Garry, he embraced it. And thus, the Diaper Man was born. A funk superhero, part baby, part prophet, part chaos, part enlightenment. On stage, he became an electrifying force, wailing on guitars, singing with pure fire, dancing, testifying, and giving every ounce of his being to the audience. The diaper wasn't a gimmick, it was a symbol of rebirth, of freedom, of stripping away everything but the music. But it became more than just an iconic image in funk history. While fans loved the stage spectacle, Garry's greatest contributions was often behind the scenes. He wrote, arranged, he sang harmonies, crafted melodies, and he built the bridges, literally and musically. Garry co-wrote and contributed heavy to some of P-Funk's biggest classics, such as Knee Deep, Cosmic Slop, Coming Round the Mountain, and Baby I Owe You Something Good. His work helped shift P-Funk towards more melodic, soulful compositions, expanding the emotional range of the music. Garry wasn't just playing funk, he was shaping it. To the mid to late 70s, Parliament and Funkadelic reached legendary heights. Filled with glittering costumes and the invention of funk mythology, concept albums sold out arenas, and gold and platinum records. Through it all, Garry remained the glue. When George Clinton needed a powerful voice, he called Garry. When the band needed some arrangement help, they turned to Garry. When the studio spiraled into chaos, substance, and exhaustion, Garry grounded the sessions with discipline. He was the heart of the group, steady, dependable, creative, and spiritually driven. As P-Funk splintered into the 80s due to label issues, lawsuits, and internal struggles, Garry did not slow down. He continued touring and performing with various of P-Funk offshoots. In 1988, Garry released a solo song simply named Beautiful. You're so beautiful, beauty, and it takes my breath away. The effort to blend P-Funk's particular sound with the late 80s was something that wasn't successful on the charts. In 2002, he released 2 full albums titled The Second Coming and Diaper Man Goes Star Child. He also became a mentor, teaching young musicians the discipline and passion behind funk musicianship. In the studio, Garry contributes songwriting and vocals on numerous of P-Funk related releases into the 90s and 2000s. His dedication was unmatched. He was funk pure, unfiltered, and unapologetic. In 1999, Shider was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a significant member of Parliament-Funkadelic. Behind the wild stage persona was a deeply spiritual man. Garry was grounded in faith, love, and family. He married his lifelong partner, Linda, and together they had children, including musicians who would help carry the P-Funk legacy into a new generation. To friends and fellow performers, Garry was a counselor, a brother, a motivator, and a source of warmth. To fans, he was a superhero. To his family, he was a protector. And to the funk world, he was a prophet. In 2010, it was announced that Garry was suffering from cancer of the brain and lungs. Even when diagnosed with cancer, Garry refused to stop performing. He continued touring, recording, and uplifting audiences until he physically couldn't. Garry passed away on June 16, 2010, but the funk didn't stop with him because it couldn't. His guitar lived on in every sampled funkadelic riff. His vocal lines echoes in countless of hip-hop classics. His songwriting shaped the identity of one of the most influential musical collectives in history. Garry may have left the stage, but the groove he created, it still moves the world today. Garry's legacy is bigger than the character he portrayed. He was the voice of emotion in P-Funk, the soul in the harmonies, the heart in their songwriting, the force that kept the mothership flying. He brought the church to the stage, the blues to the cosmos, and the spirit to the funk. He wasn't just one of the greats of Parliament Funkadelic, he was one of the greats of American music. Now, for some strange reason, YouTube is only promoting my videos to 20% of my audience. So, to change that, just make sure you guys are notified. When you click that notification bell, make sure the bell says all instead of personalized, so you will be notified each time I upload. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song by Garry Shider, or a song that Garry Shider sung on?